Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? Y'all know who this is? This your boy Rob Thomas Jr. and this is the real news behind the news. Yeah, man. Today is a beautiful Thursday here in Shreveport, February 9th, 2023. I'm gonna be very brief in this video, but I need you all to really try to make this video here go viral because I'm finna give y'all a little game of what's going on here in Shreveport. All right, now, last Friday here in Shreveport, brother Alonzo Bagley lost his life at the hands of the Shreveport City Police Department. Now, at first, I'm the kind of person, I'm not going to put false information out there. But it's coming out right now from people who have seen body cam footage. That young man was murdered here in Shreveport by the police, which makes almost the fifth or sixth murder of a black person here in this city by the police. Think about this. In just the last 4-5 years, we have had more people murdered by the police here in Shreveport than pretty much what they've been showing us on TV since George Floyd, since Tyree Nichols, since all these others, the young brother up there in Minnesota. Since all these people have been murdered, they show us on national news, these brothers have been murdered by the police or in other places. We have had that same rate here in Shreveport. The police are killing people here in Shreveport. Remember how I told y'all in that one video, we just had a bunch of police who beat the shit out of somebody, or last year, or year before last, whatever, got acquitted. None of these police officers here in Shreveport who have been involved in these officer-involved shootings where unarmed black men were murdered have really faced any consequences. The police who just shot this boy, I'm just going to give y'all some game, show y'all should be pissed off. The police who just shot Alonzo Bagley over there in Villa Norte is on paid administrative leave. That means he's getting paid. You and I are paying his salary. And it's probably going to come out that he murdered that boy, from what I'm hearing. But the video showed. Now, I haven't been able to do my thing because I be working at night and I be tired. I be sleeping during the daytime. But I'm going to be in touch with people like T. Wynn and other people, and we're going to fight for justice for Alonzo Bagley. At least if we can get justice from him, people might start looking at the other killings of black people here in Shreveport by the police. Because it's turning out that this was a murder, y'all. If I'm wrong, then I'll come back and later on admit that I'm wrong, but it's turning out, it's really looking like this young man was murdered by the police. We here in Shreveport, think about this. We have seen, going back, Anthony Childs, Tommy McLaughlin, all these men have been murdered by the police. Nobody here in Shreveport says anything, but soon as the white people on the white news media channels show you a black man in Tennessee get murdered by the police, we get all up in arms and outraged, but won't say a goddamn thing about the shit that's going on right here in Shreveport. Again, we've seen in the time that we've seen from George Floyd to Tyree Nichols, we done had 5 or 6 people here in Shreveport to get murdered by the police. I'm not going to say now no more that it was an officer-involved shooting. I'm going to say it was a murder. This white boy, from what I'm understanding, stood over that man. Stood over that boy. And what we're hearing is this body camera is showing us that they got body cam footage. This white boy was standing over this young black dude, and shot him in the chest while he was on the ground. And you know he didn't have a gun in his hands because for what I've been told, his hands was outstretched. You could plainly see that he had nothing in his hands from what I'm being told. I'm going to be able to have access to the video pretty soon. I can't put it out there, And even if I could, did have access to it right now, I wouldn't put it out on social media until the right time. because there's a time and season for everything. Let me ask y'all another question. Where are these preachers at? These preachers that wait till you come to church on Sunday morning and tell you that Jesus is going to fix everything. How come Jesus ain't fixed nothing now? And we've seen 6 brothers who probably believed in Jesus get murdered by the police here in Shreveport. Yes, y'all. This looking like this was a murder. Let's see how it's going to play out. Let's see all the citizens of Shreveport who can champion behind George Floyd, who can champion Tyre Nichols, which those situations do need to be championed. But let's see how many Negroes in Shreveport are going to stand up with us and fight this system and at least try to get one cop arrested for killing a black person. Because again, we done sat through George Floyd, we done sat through all these killings around the United States, and I can see my Facebook friends that live here in Shreveport going hard in the paint for George Floyd now, which I ain't got no problem with that. But why, I mean, come on. Why would you go hard in the paint for George Floyd and Tyre Nichols when the police are murdering people here in Shreveport? We done had at least 6 people. 5. I'm gonna give a conservative estimate. We done had at least 5 people in the last 5 years here in Shreveport to get murdered by the police. Do you realize a lot of times your politicians cover shit up? In the case of Anthony Child, they said this boy was in a shootout with the police, and in the middle of a shootout with the police, he turned his gun on himself and shot himself in the chest. Come on, man. Who believes that? Who believes that? And guess what? Your DA used the coroner's findings to put a narrative out there that we supposed to just accept and believe just because they are politicians and they say, well, this is what the white boy coroner found. No. We got to start asking questions, y'all, but most important, we ain't got to ask no questions. We know that the police are killing people around the country, but here in Shreveport especially. What we gonna do, y'all? What we gonna do? We gonna sit on social media and play like we just so great and knowledgeable, but won't do a goddamn thing? That boy was murdered over that Friday night by the police. Nobody here in Shreveport. I know a lot of people sitting up here saying they would have never known that this happened unless they seen somebody else talking about it on Facebook. What they say about us as a people here in Shreveport? That we will continue to allow these police to get away with murder here of unarmed black men, but as soon as the white media show us a Negro getting killed in Florida, they can show us a nigga getting killed in Rhode Island, and we in Shreveport will be up in arms talking great pretty shit on Facebook, but not doing a goddamn thing to challenge the police here in Shreveport. Are y'all scared? If you're scared, say so. Because there's a couple of us that ain't scared, and we're going to get justice for Alonzo